So now having seen Mount Hideaway, I am even more excited. I was already excited because it was such a fun movie to be a part of, but then to see it on the screen, and it just came together so well, and it was so good. And my favorite parts as an actress and as a viewer, I have to say, were all the animals that I got to play with during the movie. They're just so cute, all the bunnies, and the snake not so much. But, but hey, I did it, and it looks great on screen, so yay.
I'm excited about this project because I have a rule as a father, and I happen to be a pastor also, that if I can't sit down and watch a movie with my young adults, my youngest is 17, then I can't watch it. And so this definitely fits the bill of I can watch it. So I appreciate it. And it was well made. I was blessed to be able to help different things on the crew, boom operator, production assistant, so it was great.
I truly enjoyed every bit of it. And of course, who doesn't love a good twist? Because now, seeing the end, you have to go back and rewatch it to be like, to pick up on those clues after knowing the end. It's one of those movies that, there are a lot of movies you can watch once and you're done. This one you have to watch again to get to the end.
I personally was very surprised by how many locations you guys had and how amazing the locations were. Like, I knew I had just myself in the scenes, all of the different scenes I was in were a different location, and they were really useful, I think. Like, you utilized them super well. But there were so many more that I was just not even expecting, and they looked really good on screen. So that was something cool to see. I was also really impressed with the music. I thought that did a lot to kind of underlie the story the whole time. And of course, I know everyone's saying the twist at the end, but that was cool. And I think also the character development. I wasn't expecting to see such a plethora of people on a deep level, and I thought that the writing really added to that.
One of the favorite things I love about this film was how funny it was. I knew it was going to be family friendly, but I didn't know how funny it was going to be. I found myself laughing from beginning to the end. Also thought that it was a very beautiful film. I loved the choice in color correction and some of the more moody scenes. Like, it was just aesthetically just beautiful, and I just loved how it looked.
What I really liked about Mount Hideaway Mysteries was the family values, and it's family friendly, so you can really watch it with anyone. It's good for your grandma, it's good for your boyfriend, it's good for whomever. So I really love having the opportunity to share it with all of my loved ones without it being inappropriate or awkward. So I really loved the series for that. And I also love Mount Hideaway Mysteries for the strong female leads and the storyline. I got to play a strong female that was a little bit different from the other female leads, but that's what makes it so fun, is there's a lot of role models and mischievous characters.
Mount Hideaway as an experience was incredible. Some of my favorite parts were the locations, especially being in those locations helped me kind of get closer to my character, seeing where she was hanging out, seeing where she was squatting, warehouses to abandoned houses to dead guys' houses, including even filming in my own house and having that opportunity. It was just so unique.
This kind of movie is something that is, I think, becoming a desire for a lot more of it, because there is a lot of people out there who wants family-oriented films, and they're not seeing that in the theaters and on Amazon and all the other networks. And I think it's a great thing that you're bringing a product to the industry that will be family-oriented, and it gives a wholesome message. It is about family, it's about unity, and it's about community, and I think that spoke true to it. And my favorite part of the movie was the end, because I didn't see that coming, and I would give this 5 stars. It was excellent.
My favorite part of the movie is not one specific part, but it's more about just the representation of the homeschoolers in general. I was homeschooled myself. I was homeschooled my whole life from whatever age you actually start school, and all the way to all the way to my college level. And it was really cool to see homeschoolers represented in the movie, because it's not something that you often see in Hollywood, especially what it really means to be homeschooled, the cool opportunities that you get, especially for the different type of education, the unique side of it that you can get. And this movie really showed a unique example of how homeschooling can be used realistically in life. Of course, in a very movie themed setting, but there was a lot of truth to the way that the movie actually portrayed them. So that was actually really, really cool to see that.
You had a sense of family. You know, everyone was supportive, warm. You got to know each other. You didn't feel like you were under any pressure. It was very easy to perform. The direction and working with Michaela was outstanding. So it was just a pleasure all around.
I really liked the movie a lot. It was beautifully shot. It was the scene that really captured me. I can't say it, but I can't wait to others see it. I'm very proud of Michaela. I like the way that she held her own throughout the film as being the lead.
My favorite part, I think, was when I got to cry about Rex doing what I asked him to do the only time in his life, and him dropping dead and him doing what I asked him to do. That was pretty fun. I had a wonderful time on the shoot. It was just, the people were great, and the part was so much fun to play, and that I really enjoyed. And I have to tell you, the scene I wasn't in that I really, really loved, it was the hedgehog. I love that hedgehog.
The film itself was just a delight to make. It's very wholesome entertainment. It's homegrown. I mean, it's here in Virginia. It's shot in Virginia. The folks that are in it and worked on it are from Virginia. And what I liked about it the most was traveling throughout the various settings and the countryside here. It's beautiful. Most of my scenes were shot in the summer or spring, so it was a delight to come out here and just be part of that whole experience of a real rural kind of family. It just felt exactly as the movie is portrayed on screen.
The twist at the end, I did not see that coming. So I really love murder mysteries and just mysteries in general. So I was totally floored with the ending. I had no idea that was coming. But I also there's little hints here and there if you're paying attention. So that really grabbed me. I like that.
I think that the Shenandoah Valley is a very beautiful place, like I said before, with a lot of hidden gems, and you just got to know where to look. And I hope that this movie not only helps to bring the focus here to Virginia, but also give the audience a nice little hidden gem that is Mount Hideaway Mysteries.
I think some of the things that the audience would like is that you get to know the main character and characters, and you realize that nobody is really who they appear to be.
It's an unbelievable story. It has a lot of suspense in it. It was truly a joy to make, and I think you're going to have a great time watching this, and watch it again, because there's a lot of little things in there that will come up, and at the very end, you'll be very surprised.
I'd say one of my very favorite parts of the movie overall is just kind of the tone and the warmth of the film, both in the story, the way that the families and the relationships are portrayed, also in the visuals. I really felt like we got to capture the feeling of a neat small town that is beautiful and rural, but it's moving into the future, and there are modern things going on there as well. I just really love the tone of the movie and enjoy visiting this place that we've created.
I loved that we included a lot of humor in the show that just kind of came out of nowhere. I mean, of course, as the producer, I'm proud of that because I know that we got the right people in there. But there's a lot of different moments in the show that people, when I watched it with other people, we were just laughing organically at these shots and at these moments that even on set, I didn't know if people would laugh or not. And it's just really funny to get to see that other people are laughing at parts I really love. What's so neat about this film is there's so many great examples for young women, strong and courageous, also tender and caring about their town and the people. I think this is a great film to watch with your family or anyone. I think that's what's so appealing about it. It has great writing and a great storyline, and there's suspense and there's comedy, which is just really surprises you at different moments when there's an intense scene, but then just so much comic relief, and the nuances of that are just great. And it's one of those films that you can watch with anyone, and I think that is something that appeals to me as an actress, but also can appeal to so many different audiences.